Now let's going to build our home page. And to build our home page, we're going to start with the first block. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to our finished website and let's scroll down. And this is the first block. This is what I'm talking about. So you have a section here or a block. Then you scroll down and you have another block right here. And then we scroll down and we have another block here. So each one of these is its own section or its own block. And we're going to start with our services block. So to do this, we need to download a file that we have not yet downloaded. The file we need is the Sydney settings file, and you can download it from a theme, which is the maker of the Sydney theme. You can go to their website here. You can visit this URL, scroll down, and where it says setting files, click on it, and you can download it that way. You can also download it by going to hammadiconsulting.com/resources, and it's the first one. You click here and you can download it that way. Alternatively, you can also download it from this very website that we are creating. I will go to hammadiconsulting.com/resources and download it there. So by clicking here, I will download it. And I'm not going to save it because I already have it downloaded. But once you download it, let's go back to our website that we're working on and go to the dashboard. Scroll down and click on types. Remember, this is the plugin that came with the theme and we installed it earlier. Click on settings, scroll down, and where it says import export, click there. And underneath import types data file, upload XML file, click choose file, and find where you downloaded your Sydney settings file. Double click on it, import file. Then scroll down, click on import. Now if you notice on the left, we got 5 more menu items that were added because of what we just did. Now let's proceed. Now let's click on services and click on add new. And before I add my first title, I like to point out that these services are arranged in a reversed order. And let me show you what I'm talking about. If we go back to our finished website, you see this one that says marketing, design, and inspiration. Well, if you want marketing to be your first one, then you need to make it your last one. So let's go back. And I will start with inspiration. So inspiration. And for this text, I'll just go back and copy and paste. This is a dummy text. Please note that my word count is at 29 and you want to keep your word count the same for the 3 sections. So let me show you here. Let's go back to our finished website. So the word count is 29 here. Now, if you were to make it 35 or 40 here, you're going to have 4 lines here, but here you might have 5 or 6 lines and it just won't be visually pleasing. So just try to make the word count similar across the board for this section. So let's go back. And let's scroll down. Right here, I need to select the icon or the image that will represent inspiration. And this is what I'm talking about, this thing right here. So basically a thumbs up. So to do this, go ahead and click where it says here. And this page opens up and you're going to scroll down and you're going to search for whichever one of these icons you like. In my case, my inspiration icon is a thumbs up. So to find it, I can just click on Control F and I can just enter the word thumb to basically find it. And the one we have is this one right here. So what you need to do is go ahead and copy and paste this short code. So go ahead and copy this and please make sure you don't copy any empty space. And let's go back and let's paste it here. So going down below for the service link, I will paste in a URL for a page that I have not created, but I will create it in a little bit. It's www.amazingwpwebsite.com/inspiration. What this means is that if someone comes up here, click on the inspiration page, they will be taken to that page. Let's go back. Now, if you leave this area empty, then your icon will not be clickable. So they will be able to see this, but there won't be anything to click, meaning this little hand will not show up. It'll just be a pointer or something like that. So let's go back. Now I want you to go to the right and click on add new category. And the same category that we're going to specify for inspiration will be applied for our 2 other services. We essentially want to make sure that we have the same category for all 3. So let's name it Cat 1. Go ahead and click enter and you see that the Cat 1 category has now been added. Now what you need to do is go ahead and click publish. Now that we successfully created our first service, we're going to add another one. So let's go ahead and click add new and give it a title. I will name this one design, and to save time I will go ahead and paste the same dummy text. Then I will scroll down. Now I need to find an icon that corresponds to the design, and I can go ahead and click here, but I still have that same page open. So let's go back to it. Control F, copy and paste. And for the service link, I will go ahead and paste this URL, which corresponds to the design page that I have not created, but I will in a little bit. And since we already created our category as Cat1, all I need to do is just go ahead and check Cat1 and then click publish. And now let's repeat this process one more time. Go back, add new. This time I will type in paste. For this one, I had a light bulb. So I will go back, copy and paste, and let's go to the right, click on Cat1, publish. And now if you go to services, click all items, you notice that we successfully added 3 services. And you want to make sure that they all have the same category, and in this case they do. And if for some reason that's not the case for one of them, you can always hover with your mouse and click edit and change whatever you want to change. And so now that we added our services, we can now go ahead and create our services block, the one up here. And to create it, let's go back, go to pages, click on all pages, and go to home and click edit. Then go up here to where it says page builder and click on it. Page builder is one of the most powerful plugins, and we downloaded it earlier. If you remember, it was one of 2 plugins that came with the theme. The first thing I want you to do is click on add row and then come up here and decrease the value to 1 and click insert. Now that we have our row created, I want you to go to add widget, and the widget that we need to add is a Sydney theme widget. It's called Sydney FP Services Type A. Click on it, then come over here and click edit and go to title. And let's title that our services. And you want to leave this unchanged. And let's go down. And underneath where it says enter the slug for your category, make sure you type in Cat1, which is our category that we created. Then let's go to done. And then let's click update. And let's view our page to see what changes we made. And this is our page. And if we scroll down, you can see that our services area has been created. Now, by default, the padding for each row, which means the empty space area between where it starts and where it ends, is 100 pixels. But I prefer to have a little bit of a smaller area. So if I go to our finished website, if you check here, you see that our services, everything look the same, except this distance is actually a little bit smaller. As you can see, this is much wider. And to change that, let's go back to the dashboard. Go to pages. Go to home. Click edit. And go to this wrench and edit row. Click theme. And right here, this is the top bottom padding. Change that to 50. And as you can see, the top and bottom padding for this row by default is at 100 px. So click save, click on update. So let's go back and refresh. Let me close out of this thing here because we don't need it anymore. And let's refresh our website. And so if we scroll down, as you can see, this is just a little bit thinner, and I like it that way. Of course, you can keep it at 100 px if you like that effect better. So now let's go back